Well, you know, speed is so important when you're trolling for any species, but especially crappies. You can see I just took the boat in a circle. I just turned around to come back to an area that's holding a lot of fish. Look at that, there's another dandy crappie. But one of the things that happened there is as I turned the boat, this fish saw a bait come by him that actually slowed down because it was on the inside. And that can make a huge difference. And you know, a lot of people ask me, why are you out trolling for crappies and, you know, instead of dropping the anchor and throwing out bobbers? Here's the deal. Early in the spring, I drop the anchor and I throw out bobbers and I catch a lot of fish doing it. But that's because the fish are much more congregated along shorelines. There's two bites that happen at that time of year. There's a feeding bite and there's a spawning bite. But now we're in midsummer and this is the toughest time of the year to find crappies. And that's why most people don't fish them anymore. They kind of give up on them after that May time frame. But you shouldn't. It's July right now and I'm able to sit and catch these crappies trolling out over the basin of the lake. The number one thing that you need to change is your tactic though. You need to look at how you're fishing them. And the best way to find these fish at this time of year is to troll. Now what am I trolling? I'm trolling just a jig and a plastic body of some sort, okay? Now on this one, it so happens to be a little nipper with a teeny shad from Yum. Now you can also troll a what's it jig. There's a lot of different things you can troll, but the main thing is you need to know where your bait is. These fish are suspending out over deep water at this time of year. You want to get your bait about halfway down the water column to start with, and then keep an eye on your graph. Most of these fish I'm catching today are halfway down, so I want to be just about a foot above them. Now what I do is I just go through a trial and error process, and what I've done here is I have figured out that today in this shallower spot that I'm in, and when I say shallow, I'm still over the deepest spot on this lake, but it's only about 10 feet. I can get down to where I need to be with a 16th ounce jig. But let's say I was out over 15 feet, or let's say I was over 20, then I'm gonna have to go to like an 1/8 ounce jig or something to that effect, because I wanna get down at least halfway and be able to go somewhere between 0.7 and 1 mile an hour. That's how you catch midsummer crappies. That's just a lot of fun right there.